I see Jane out there. She wants to come on in and speak. We have Jane Hibbs running for Senate District 50 against Jim Davis.
Hi folks, it's great to be here. It's good to see you. It's always good to be with Democrats. I certainly understand what these religious circuit riders went through. Because I've got to be at 3 county conventions today, and then I've got other things to do as well. But it's great to be with you. Many of you I've met before and I've talked with, and I want to tell you the things that I'm for. You probably remember that. But I'm for good schools, good, strong, quality schools. I'm for economic recovery, and I'm for access to quality health care. And those are the things that we need, and those things all mesh together. You can't have students learning if they're hungry and if they're sick. You can't have a good workforce if they're sick, if they're not educated. So those three things go together. But my main concern right now is what is happening to North Carolina. Because we're not the state that we were 5 years ago. We have changed. We have got to restore our public school education. We've got to stabilize that. People are trying to privatize that. We can't let the Koch brothers and Art Pope do that to us. We need our schools. We need control of our schools. We need our public education. And we also need a healthy population. We have let Medicaid go by the wayside. We have returned those tax dollars that we gave to Washington back. And someone else got those. We didn't get them. We've got 500,000 of our poorest people without health care. And we've got to do something about that. We've got to return those funds to North Carolina. What's happening here? Angel Hospital. When I was at Angel Hospital, over 4 months, they had lost $850,000. If you project that over the year, that's going to be over $2.5 million that have been lost, that you folks have lost, that you're paying for, and Medicaid funds could have helped with that. So that's a real need that we have. Going back to education, and one of the things, I was visiting in Franklin High School in an English class, and those English students were using textbooks 17 years old, and some of the desks were pushed together so that they could share a textbook. North Carolina has allotted $14.25 per pupil for textbooks. That won't buy the paperback, and we've got to do something about that. So we've got to restore North Carolina. North Carolina was written up in the New York Times in terms of we are a demolition derby because of what's happening to our state. We've got to restore our state. We've got to restore the confidence that this nation has in our state, because we've been a model for the nation, and we've got to become that again. Now, the big thing that you folks are facing is May the 6th, because there's a primary. And you have to decide which one is your best candidate for the North Carolina State Senate. Well, let me tell you about me. I've been here in Western North Carolina for 46 years. I've worked in these counties for 38 years. I worked with the State Department of Public Instruction as a science coordinator. I've been in all of these schools. I've worked with teachers. I've worked with administrators. I've worked with superintendents. I also worked as a school psychologist within the 7 western counties. And one other thing I've done, I worked for 20 years in politics, working with Charles Hitz when he was running for the North Carolina State Senate, when he was in the State Senate, when he was district attorney. I was behind the scenes, talking with people, working with people, answering questions. So I know politics, I know this region, I know you folks, and I want to represent you. And when I go to Raleigh, I will be your strong voice. I will think about you with every vote that I cast, with every bill that I introduce. I will be your representative for the far west. So please vote for me, please consider me. I will be your representative, working hard for you. What we've got to decide is who is going to beat Jim Davis. We've got to get him out of there. We've got to and let me tell you something, folks. I relish that fight. I'm ready for all of us Jim Davis. So give me your vote May the 6th. That gets us started, and we'll be working in November to bring our state back, to bring our region back. Thank you so much. I love you folks. I love this region, and we've got to take care of each other. Thank you.